Because it's like, what's good and bad?
I see my therapist as a mom.
But should I do the intro first? You're staring at me like, oh my gosh.
I love how we lose the studio and then we don't lose the studio.
Kyle should, fire us, but he's not going to. Welcome to Down Bad, the podcast that celebrates the good, the ugly, and the down bad of life. This podcast is for the crashout cuties, the hoes on the path of healing, and the loverboys. I'm Quincy Yeoman.
That was out of order.
It was. Wow, now you're perfect at this.
Listen, we don't think about the past. We look at the present and we keep going on in the future. What up, hoes? It's your boy Chris Mejia, and we're here with a special audio only episode. We shout out to Kyle in our studio. He's out of town, but we still wanted to record and give y'all some art. So we're here.
Art in quotes.
What we do is art.
It is. This is a kiki episode. We're like in my living room. This episode is going to be a little bit different. We'll start.
Yeah, this is going to be we're going to be a little more chillaxed in this episode. But before we get into things, we obviously just want to thank you so much for listening. And while you're listening, you know what you should do. You should give us a rating, a review, a subscribe. Give us 5 stars. 4 will take. 3 will accept. 2 is offensive. 1, you got me hooked right back in. That's right. Just because I've done therapy doesn't mean that I reject toxic love. Share it with your friends.
It means therapy isn't working.
It means I've gone down to once a month because that's all I can afford.
Yeah.
It is kind of when... I forget who it was, but I saw a comic recently at a mic. They had a good joke. At least I liked it of like, they had a good premise. Where they did with the joke, it was okay. But the premise was basically like, you're trying to solve all your issues in an hour with a therapist. So they're just like, oh, let's take our time and slowly unpack. And it's like, no, let's wrap this shit up. Like, I got an hour to get through my entire childhood.
That's funny.
I forget who it was and where I was, but I liked it.
I like it. I literally said to my therapist last week, I was just like, I just wish I didn't have feelings. And also, I actually had a really strange conversation with my therapist. We can start here because I would be curious. I'm going to bring it up with him on Wednesday, and then he's out because he's having a baby, whatever. No, I think he's actually going to be a great dad, so I do love that.
But it is rude when your therapist goes on vacation because it's like, excuse me.
He's not going on vacation. He's going on paternity leave.
That's vacation.
Huh. No parent would ever agree with you.
What are you talking about? Raising a newborn baby is easy.
Says too childless. You're literally leaning on my stuffed animal. I do not have a child. I am my child, and I can barely take care of myself. No, I am going to take care of myself. But we were having a conversation, so I was like, oh, I wish I didn't have feelings. That had come up. And then I was talking about just how much sometimes I think I judge myself for my feelings. Like I'm someone who's embarrassed that I have felt anything, even though I feel so deeply and often and up and down. But I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back and erase that. Right. I think it's maybe because of how fast my mood oscillates, whatever. But then he asked me how I felt that he was perceiving me.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is quite true, even though I was like, I think you're non-judgmental. I truly don't think about that. And then I just started talking about something, because then I just started rambling because yapping. And then he asked me it again. I don't think he believed me, but I truly do. If I do not think about how any doctor, like when I'm in that specific space, unless the vibe shifts or unless I can tell someone doesn't like me or the vibe shifts, or something, or if I can tell someone's attracted to me, like unless something other than just like your chill registers, I'm not thinking about that. And I'm especially not thinking about that in therapy. Yeah. And I felt like he didn't believe me. I think he thought I was saying like, oh, you're non-judgmental to people please. But I was literally like, I truly don't give a fuck what you think about me. Because I was like, you see crazy people all the time.
Right.
And also, if I was thinking about how you thought about me, you wouldn't be my therapist.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to follow up with him because I realized he asked me twice and then I had that intrusive thought like a day or two later. I was like, why the fuck did he ask me that twice? And I was like, oh, he didn't believe me. And then I was like getting pissed a little bit. But then I had to reel it back. But I'm like, yeah, I was like, if I were thinking about, oh, what does he think about me when I come in here with my whatever? Oh, I'm back. Oh, I'm this. And that I wouldn't be there.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
We're the opposite because I low key, I need my therapist to like think I'm a good person. But it's also that speaks to my inherent need to be liked.
Okay. So like good person, like you don't want your therapist.
I want my therapist to be on my side. But I don't want them to be on my side because I'm paying them. I want them to be on my side because I've proven to them through my sessions that I have a good character. I see my therapist as a mom.
I don't give a fuck what my mom thinks about me either. So this is where we're the opposite. Because I'm also like, you see it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also I'm like a therapeutic relationship. I understand that. I think a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
I will say anything and pretty much this goes for like medical doctor too. Like I will just speak my truth. Mm-hmm. Because I also think the medical racism I experience, I just can't.
Yeah, which is a very real thing.
Yeah. But I was thinking about that and I was like, one, I've already told my therapist things. I mean, he might not think I'm a good person. I don't care. Because it's like, what's good and bad? So you know what I mean? You can't really say what's good and bad. I do think some things are bad, but I've been on some bullshit. I've been on straight demon time. It's so bad.
What is good or bad?
That's true. Because I think like good and bad is not the same as right and wrong.
I think I know what you mean, but elaborate.
But good and bad, that's a value and can be different for different people.
It's
right
true.
And wrong is lawful and societal.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, where right and wrong is based off of the society and culture that you live in, what has been deemed as morally right or morally wrong, whereas good or bad is just an inherent human sense of understanding what is a good thing to do and what is a bad thing to do. And
what feels good to you, what feels bad to me, right? Like some people are like, oh, I feel good about being angry. Other people are like, I'm scared to be angry. And I feel bad about it. And it's bad to be angry, right?
Hence why, like, even though we grew up with the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated, there was the revision of it. I think it's called like the platinum rule or something like that, where it's treat others the way they want to be treated.
Yeah.
Because how you want to be treated may not necessarily be how someone else wants to be treated.
Exactly.
So it's on that same vein of like, we laugh, but like that is a valid question. Like, what is good? What is bad? Because for example, a perfect example, some people would think polyamory is bad. Some people think it's good. And some people think monogamy is bad. Some people think it's good. Like that's not the where that stands on the scale is inherent to that person and their experiences.
Exactly.
And all that. So actually, okay, I laughed. But you know what? You're cooking here.
I'm cooking, bro. I'm cooking. The devil is cooking me. So that, but I don't think about that with I can't be worried if my therapist thinks I'm good or bad because then I can't come in and be fully.
Right.
I'm flawed.
Right.
And you need
that space to be vulnerable and show your true self if you want to experience actual growth.
Yeah. And I also if I felt like my therapist actively had an issue with me in any form, whether that's like, even if it's like, I don't know. Once I went to a therapist a long time ago and she ended up talking more than me and telling me all her problems. Yeah, that was like one of the first therapists I ever tried. The last man therapist I had got really paternal with me and I didn't like that, right? But like, I also heard a friend's a friend of a friend horror story about a therapist who truly like engaged in a romantic relationship with her. And that was like super fucked. Yeah, it was a crazy story. But I'm like, that would be an issue, right? And like if I went in and I was like, why is my therapist trying to fuck?
That's psychopathic behavior right there.
Behavior.
Yeah. Because like my therapist knows me on a level. Every therapist I've had has gotten to know me on a level that, like, even though I yap and I'm a pretty open book to a fault. There's still an element of like, especially in therapy, there's still an element of like vulnerability in the sense of truly revealing the huge level of insecurity that I have. Like my homies know, like that I'm an insecure person, but there's like a level of which that I'm not really expressing to people, but I express to my therapist. So it's like the idea of like, for example,
I have some guesses of what that level is. I said I have some guesses of what that level is.
There's no need to make a game show out of it.
And this is why I'm not your therapist.
The only way that would have been worse is if I would have said that. You're like, yeah, no, I can tell.
Well, it's like you are only. That's like a different space. That's what you're supposed to use that space for.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was saying like to think like a therapist knowing that about me and being like, I'm trying to smash is it's like, that to me is like, no, you know too much about me for like, romance to happen.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like predatory.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're probably like, yeah. And that would be crazy. The story was insane because the story I heard from a friend, a bridge version, therapist is like, oh, I want to be romantically connected, because she was going to this therapist with her partner at the time. Then the therapist convinced her to leave the partner. Then she began to see the therapist one-on-one. Then it escalated into a somewhat romantic relationship. Then the therapist went back, gaslit her, and was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What? See, that's the thing where with therapists, we forget. I feel like when talking about therapy in mainstream media, we are saying just go see a therapist, but we're not also warning people, hey, there are bad therapists out there. Yeah. And telling people how to teaching people how to recognize, is this therapist actually good and ethical?
Right.
Versus we're just telling people to go to therapy. Like I remember a homie of mine, his first therapist also did sports gambling. Just like how my homie did.
I'm sorry. I'm not seeing you on that. That's so crazy.
And it's like, I remember he told me that. And he was like, yeah, I don't know if my therapist should be talking to me about like gambling and prop bets. And it's like, yeah, I don't think so.
No. You're like, I'm here for this. And he's like, oh my God, add me.
It's like, I'm not going to unpack my childhood with someone who does parlays. Like that.
Yeah, no. And also to admit that, like, you can kiki about it in therapy is...
Well, in all fairness, he admitted because my homie he does sports gambling. So I think he brought it up. And then the therapist was like, oh, I also do it as well. And they talked about gambling a little bit, like a small talk. But it's still like...
Gambling is not small talk in therapy, though. I'm sorry, but it's like... Depending on how deep you're going with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's different to be like, oh, I do fantasy football and like being on my guys like that or whatever.
I want to think that my therapist, when they shut off the Zoom, they pull out a sleeping bag underneath their desk and then they sleep there. Like therapists to me are like the adult version of when you were a kid and you thought your teacher lived at school. And then like how much of a mind fuck it was to like see them in public.
Oh, okay.
Like that's how I feel about therapists. It's like, I don't want to know you have a life.
That's so funny.
I want to think that you go to sleep in like a cryo tube.
You got it. That's too much for me. I can't. I'm going to stop you there. I somewhat see that. I don't mind knowing some about my therapist. I think there's too much to know for sure.
I agree.
But
I do like it knowing a little bit, because then I'm just like, ooh, you're letting me in. You're letting me in a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
But I agree. There's like a line.
There's a line.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I because my new therapist, I see him in person, which has made a game changer.
Oh,
I missed going to therapy in person, and it is super helpful to be there in person. But
I feel like you're more attentive and present in person.
And also I just can't get a vibe over. I don't really like Zoom.
I see.
In general, I realize that. Yeah, I just don't like Zoom in general. So yeah, but I feel like also it helps me to be more open because I can tell how it's going, you know?
Right.
But
wait,
yeah,
what do you mean by how you can tell how it's going?
Well, I just think because it's hard to get energy. Like I went back to my Washington therapist for like one session because I needed some therapy or whatever. And you know, we got along fine, and I just thought it was weird because she sat with her arms crossed.
Oh, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but I don't think arms crossed necessarily.
It does. It's not the negative thing it's been made out to be.
Not always, but it's harder to tell over Zoom.
Yeah.
Right. So, and also like things freeze or your face. It's just a different. Yeah, I think in person at least it's like okay, or you can sit in silence more comfortably, which I need a lot in therapy just to think or sit with it a second.
Yeah, because for me, I cross my arms a lot, but that's just because I need something to be doing with my hands.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's a little bit of that. But yeah, I just thought it was funny because he asked me it again, and so I am gonna say something on Wednesday. Just be like, hey, I was telling you the truth. I really am not thinking about that. But yeah, I was like, and I wasn't, because I used to be a people pleaser, but I don't think I have that anymore.
No.
Yeah. Because
that was early days in Seattle, you.
Yeah, right? Because
I feel like I wouldn't, for a minute, like, I wouldn't identify you as a people pleaser anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure when we first met for sure. And then I think it slowly started to dwindle. And then I think any people pleasing I had left like died. Like pretty like just any ounce of it left like probably like over a year ago at this point.
Yeah. There like if there was a people pleasing moment, it was more out of like not being a people pleaser, but more being a recovering people pleaser.
I agree. Yeah, because I do feel like I was in the recovery phase of it for a long time.
Because at the end of the day, you're never going to 100% get it out of your system. But that's where the recovering people pleaser is not a excuse, but rather understanding that old habits die hard.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a moment where it fucking slips through the cracks.
Yeah.
But it's not what makes you as a whole, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. I don't know. I also think there's a difference. Now I don't read into it because sometimes it's like, I'm happy to accommodate someone. And that's different than...
That's different.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say that's people pleasing.
Yeah, but
I think sometimes we think we're being people pleasing. I won't say we as in we, but like in general, people think that they're being people pleasing when in actuality, you have to also take into consideration, especially both of us as two individuals who grew up in the South.
Yeah.
There is a element of hospitality.
It's just hospitality and consideration.
Yes. Like
absolutely.
For me, I like when my girlfriend asks like, what should we eat? And I'm like, what do you want? Or things like that. That's honestly less me trying to be a people pleaser.
That's because you're indecisive. I am too. I do too. But you are indecisive. You have told me you're indecisive. Yeah, I like when you get a fit. I'm like,
okay, but I don't like your tone.
But I feel like if you truly want something,
that was the verbal version of trying to shoot a basket and someone blocking the shit out of it.
But like you have those moments. I feel like if you want something specifically, you'll say it.
Yeah,
but you truly will like you're down for whatever.
That's true. I hate making decisions so much.
Yeah,
because I feel like I always, in this heteronormative society, I always have to make the decision.
That's exactly how I feel. So that's, yeah.
I have to always, like, when it comes to dates, I have to pick the location. I have to pick the place. I have to pick the time. I have to pick the day. I have to pick where we're going to go eat for dinner. All of this. And it's like,
I think it's whoever's the like darker skinned person in the relationship. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like I also make
male, masculine and femme is out the window.
Truly.
That's old news. Top and bottom. That's old news. It's who's darker in the relationship.
It's an ism of some type. Whether that's racism, sexism. But I feel like I'm the one making all the decisions too.
But yes, I am an indecisive person, but it's also a little bit of like just that sullenness of like, I just want to be like, it almost feels selfish. Okay, maybe this is people pleasing, but it's just a little bit of like, I want to take care of people. And
well, caretaking's also
I'm willing to accommodate.
Yeah.
If it means like I'm never going to just say yes to, like, for example, I'm not going to say yes to eating at a place that I know for a fact I don't fucking want.
Yeah, absolutely.
I won't do that. I will usually, like, for example, with me and my girl, what I'll usually do is I'll list some options.
Yeah.
And then I let her
pick.
And the options are all options that I low-key want.
Right.
I'm just not saying let's get Thai. I'm like, do you want Thai, Mexican, or Indian?
Yeah.
And then 9 times out of 10, she's just like, can you pick? And then I have to make the decision. But that's been most of my dating experiences of like, I have to make the decision for them.
I think whoever has like the more restrictions, eating restrictions, there's that, or like the pickier eater.
Yeah.
Because I've been there too, where it's like, oh, well, what are you in the mood to eat? And then I just list every genre of food that I like. Because I'm seriously like, because there's days I can eat anything, and then there's days where I'm like, I want this.
Yes.
So I'll go, I end up making a lot of decisions too. And I think that's because I come in hot making decisions. And I think that
you're type A.
I am.
Type A is really good at making decisions.
Now who's got a tone? I am. I'm type A. I'm also a leader, and powerful. So I'm trying to buffer.
This is not a job interview.
I'm good at delegating. No, but I think because I'm down or like have a lot of ideas or like
right.
I'm such I do initiate a lot. But then I'm like, I want someone else to do that.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting to always have to take the initiative. Like even with us, it's something that I'm conscious of, and I am trying to get better at initiating things because I am so aggressively type B.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And for me, it's not that's the only way I can really word it. I'm aggressively I'm a follower. I'm a follower through and through. I am bad at being a leader. I don't like being a leader. And I think when I'm around type A individuals, I just so naturally fall into that place. Cause like, it's not just you. It's like anyone I know who is type A, I don't even show up with a plan. I just assume, like, for example, when I went to Italy, my brother's type A. I didn't plan shit. I just assumed the agenda was made by him, which it kind of was.
Okay. Yeah, vacation's a different vibe. There'll be like a list of things where I'm like, okay, I would like to do this at some point, but I'll go with the flow.
Yeah.
But I hear you. The funniest thing is I definitely see that. But then I think what I struggle with sometimes is when I don't want to make this decision, people don't believe me. Because I'm like, oh, I'm down for whatever. Oh, well, what are you? I'm like, no, I truly, if I did have something specific, I would say, you know. So
we've had those moments where it was like, you were like, I literally do not fucking care. Just pick up.
And I also think the type A thing and the lead thing, it's funny because I know I have that, but then in the family, being the youngest child, I truly, especially, I think food in particular, I'm thinking about this, but like, I never really cooked. I got to get my cooking skills back. I'm not that great at it anymore. I had a phase of being okay. But like, there's a lot of things where it's like, oh, we're doing this and I just go.
Yeah.
And also growing up, I definitely had the reputation of being very chill and somewhat spastic at times, if we can still say that word. But I already said it. But I was like, fuck. But I couldn't think of another way to describe it. So, but I'm like, I thought I was, but chill. And I do have that, but yeah. So I think there's many times, like vacation's a different time where I'm like, okay, definitely want to get stuff booked. But then I'm like, oh, here's a list of things. If something's like, you have to get the tickets before you get there.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But otherwise I'm like, it's vacation mode.
Yeah.
Like, let's just see what we're feeling day by day.
Right. Yeah.
I also think, yeah. So, and I've been struggling lately because I know I took initiative a lot in the past, and I haven't really had the bandwidth to do that anymore. Like, I feel like I can only do that within like my own life, but like,
right.
Like people want to have a call and like, oh, what's your schedule? I've like not really been into scheduling at all.
Oh, really?
No, I'm like, no, because it's harder here.
Yeah.
And the job I work here is different. I also have things come up like day by day, week by week.
Right.
Bookings are more last minute here, all of this stuff. So people be like, oh, what's your schedule like? And that's so daunting to me right now. I'd rather be like, do you have something do you want to do tomorrow? Or hey, a couple days from now, but like, we're like, oh, let's schedule a call for like a month from now.
Right. I don't know what my life is going to be like in a month.
I could be dead.
I'm available now.
Exactly. Who knows what my mood will be like when I wake up.
Right.
I'm also trying to be more in tune with like not over scheduling or like saying yes to all that type of stuff or trying to schedule it. Cause I'm like, I truly don't know if I'm going to want to do that.
I did that all the time when living in Seattle. I would overschedule my life so much. And it would just be like, I would be like a month ahead. I'm like, oh, my May is completely open.
Yeah.
And then May comes around and every single weekend I'm busy every night of the week. And it's like, I'm so fucking exhausted and I have no free time. I don't get to see my friends because I don't have the time to go see my friends. Like, I was someone who, like, the people, like, for example, the comics I knew who they booked all their shit ahead of time. I was always so jealous of that because I was like, my booking was always like, I would find out last minute or pretty close to it. So people would be like, are you available in June? And it's just like, yeah, now. But I know when June comes around, I'm going to be busy as fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. So it's like hard for me. It's kind of, I think what you were trying to imply of like making plans is difficult because it's like, yes, I'm free.
Right.
But an opportunity might come along and I need to be available for that.
Especially us being new in the scene. I feel like that's really pivotal right now.
Yeah.
I also feel very talked out, scheduled, like hang time out. You know, I miss keeping in touch with friends and we are somewhat, but I'm like, do I really want to schedule time to be on the fucking phone? It's hard to want to do that. I feel that 1,000% because I'm already not a phone person. Yeah.
Well, I love being on my phone, but I don't like talking on the phone.
Yeah.
You can wipe that smile off your face. That's
sorry, the intervention didn't work. So Chris is still in the throes of it.
You can mind your business, but
I don't mind talking. I would rather someone actually just like spontaneously call me. I had a friend who was like, "Oh, we should talk soon." I was like, "We can just play phone tag until it hits, till we're like both free." Mm-hmm. Or like my friend Jen, who I love, Genevieve Ferrari, very funny comedian. She'll be like, "Oh, do you have time to talk tomorrow?" And I'll be like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, I can talk tomorrow." Or are you later? And that works.
Where it's like ahead, but not too ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. But then it's just like, I just need the space.
I would rather shoot myself with a bazooka than have a spontaneous call.
What about FaceTimes?
Especially not FaceTime. Especially not FaceTime because I'm someone who, when I am talking on the phone, when I'm having a catch-up phone call with someone, I multitask.
Okay.
Because my ADHD, I can't just sit.
But I feel like a real friend, you can multitask and FaceTime.
Yes.
A true blue friend. You have to be very close.
Yeah.
I think you have to be very close. You have to be very close.
I agree.
I think for a spontaneous call in general, you have to be close.
Yes. Oh yeah. There's been a couple people in my life who they would want to spontaneously call, and we're not super close.
It's like we're not.
And they're the kind who it's not like, oh hey, we're gonna talk for 30 minutes.
Right.
It's like the conversation dies and they're like, so what else is? And I'm like,
no, we gotta be done.
We've been on the phone for an hour.
If you can't be, you have to. It can only be with people you can be like, I have to go.
Yeah. Like
right now. Like, oh sorry. And like, oh, I'm merging on the highway. Bye. You know what I mean? Like that's the people who can you like spontaneously call. You know what I mean?
I gotta go. I'm merging on the highway.
I know that's like real Nick shit. Black people will hang up for anything. Black people being me. I will hang up. I'll be like, oh, like sorry, I'm trying to like drive down a quieter street. I gotta go.
I gotta turn on the TV.
Literally. But like a true blue friend, because for instance, me and one of my best friends, C, were talking the other day and we were texting, but it was like we had so much to say.
Yeah.
I was putting together something and then she called. And I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
But she's someone I can talk to, like while I'm still walking around, putting together a show, da-da-da-da.
Yeah. So shout out to the homie Bo Johnson. He's kind of like that. Well, we'll be texting and sometimes he'll just call because it'll be easier to elaborate on the phone. And he's an exception that I make. Yeah. Cause he's also good at like, we talk about what we're going to talk about and then the phone call ends.
I agree. Bo's good. Bo's a good phone talker in general.
He's a very good phone talker.
He's someone I do accept calls from. Yes. And we can just be like, hey, what's up? And
cause I know there's an end time.
Yeah. And he's also okay when you reach the end time.
Yes.
Which is huge.
Yes.
Yeah. Cause that's also crucial. That's a closeness thing though, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have to have enough in-person rapport to be able to just quickly call.
Yeah. My girlfriend, she's also kind of like that where if we're texting and she needs like an answer, she'll just call.
Right.
But it's something where I agree. You have to be close.
You have to be close.
And cause I really don't like talking on the phone because I legit, my ADHD is so bad. I need to multitask. I need to be like, I just realized this about myself in the past year. I think a big reason why, I struggle with like watching movies or like going to the movies and watching a movie or, like watching a comedy show because I just realized this about myself. I don't like feeling locked in. Shut up.
I don't like feeling locked in. He don't lock in. You don't lock in. That's crazy. That's so. This is where our ADHD is different because I can look locked in and my head is completely somewhere else and entertain. And
the amount of times, like, especially now that I'm in a new scene and people don't know me, I have to get better at this. There's so many times where I'm at a mic and I'm watching a set and I've completely zoned out. and I am not paying attention at all. And then now I'm realizing it's looking like, oh, I don't find this person funny, when it's just like, no, I literally just zoned the fuck out. But I don't like feeling like, so it's like hard for me to, anytime I'm in a or like, even I hate when sitting down somewhere not being on the end, because I need the ability to get up and go.
Wow. That's fair. I mean, I think that's real. I think a lot of people feel that way. I do. I like the getting up and going.
I just gotta say real quick, the amount of times on this podcast I have said something and thought what I'm saying is normal.
It is. I think it is normal. I think I'm realizing how normal I'm doing the same thing where I'm like, am I not normal?
Oh, I see.
I will say that because I think a lot of people feel that way.
Right.
But yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. I've also had to train myself.
I see.
I think I take that part. That another thing that came up in therapy, where I was like, I said something about improvement. And my therapist was like, what does improvement look like to you? And I was like, well, and he was like, you're doing this, you're doing this, you do this, you do this. And then I was like, oh, I guess it's like a mythical place.
Right.
Where I get like so fixated on that, then I'm like, but yeah, I do think I've trained myself to be like locked in. I get distracted easily and I can be inattentive. I also take medication. I think that helps.
Yeah.
There's a difference between me like medicated and unmedicated. I will say there was a mic I was at last week and it was getting to the point where I was like, it was really hard for me not to want to like get on my phone or like do something else. And I was like, okay, I'm like, things were just getting a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But I also think you can do that once you know comics more. Because it's also like,
and they know you're not being a dick about it.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, but the way I force myself into doing the lock-in, or at least looking locked in, is like sitting toward the front if I need to.
Yeah.
But if I'm to the back, I can go a little bit all over the place. I will be honest. But I don't always, I also can do that thing where I'm like looking like I'm there and my mind is like, I'm doing a lot of other different things.
Yeah.
Like I'll be making like lists for later. Right. I'm like, yeah. So
just, it's very much, and it's actually, now that I think about it, just this conversation's making me realize I got to start, if I see comics not looking like they're paying attention in the audience, to not take it personally, because they're probably doing the same thing I'm doing, which is, it has nothing to do with my set. It's just you're zoning out. You're thinking about
or thinking about your own set or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But it is like, I don't have a phone addiction, but I also need to be able to look at my phone at any time. And that's also a reason why I find going to the movies hard or like paying attention to a comedy show hard, because I like the ability to look at my phone anytime, but that does not mean that I have a phone addiction.
Who are you talking to? My face is completely neutral. It was. I was really focusing on that. My acting skills. I was like, he wants me to judge him for this, so I'm not going to.
That was not entrapment.
It wasn't. You were trying. You were like looking, waiting. If you don't feel you have a phone addiction, you don't have a phone addiction.
I don't.
It's not an addiction if you can afford it. That's what I saw.
That's
in
what
Industry.
Michael Jordan said.
No, Industry on HBO. Basically, Michael Jordan.
I've been meaning to watch that show.
Yeah, I'm on season 1. It's pretty good so far. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to lock in though, and I think the phone is a big thing. It's easy to like be on it all the time. I don't like being on my phone. So I think that's where we also differ. I don't really like being on my phone. Oh no, I love it. It makes me feel depressed. Being
on my phone makes me depressed.
Yeah, I can't do it.
But I'm a crack addict, but with my phone. I mean, no, I'm not.
Okay, and there's the confession.
You almost got me.
You almost got you, bro. You almost got. I didn't say shit. I do block my apps. I block my apps. I do break the loop. I I try not to get out because then I start obsessing and I just don't feel like myself.
Yeah.
And it depends on what it is. I have a game that I play on my phone, but it's a simple game.
Yeah.
I like to text. I'll text people if like I'm texting with someone and the timing
That's my
lines
preferred
up.
method of communication.
Texting?
I love being able to receive a text from someone and then get back to them in 3 business days.
Yeah, that's very you.
I very much I used to not be a bad texter too. I used to be good and then COVID fucked me up. Something about COVID made me get so much worse.
Everybody got social anxiety and
maybe.
Yeah, because then it was just like that's the only way to communicate. And so it became overwhelming.
I think there was also like an element of like wanting to reduce how readily available I was.
Yeah, I don't like being readily available.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a hilarious thread today that I felt was very me. It was like, I'm soft launching my disappearance. Because I am so yeah, I'm trying to be a man of mystery. And I think in some ways I am. But yeah, I don't like being readily available. Mm-hmm. I pretty much always have my notifications turned off. There's a few people on my phone who I mute their chat regardless of if my notifications are on or off. But that's just, you end up in the doghouse.
I used to be the same. I used to have Do Not Disturb on all the time.
Yeah, I have Do Not Disturb on all the time. I will answer if I'm on my phone and I see it, but I pretty much have it on all the time. And then, yeah, some people I just keep it so it's like, because some people's notifications will have me spiraling out.
Right.
So I just like mute them at all times. And then, I block my apps for a certain amount of day. When I'm in my preferred method is not to get on my phone for at least like 2 to 3 hours after waking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to have a routine.
Yeah.
Where I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I would, for 30 minutes before I go to bed and after I wake up, I would not be on my phone.
Yeah.
And then that went to shit.
Yeah, I don't sleep with my phone in my room.
Oh, really?
I use an alarm clock. Yeah.
I used to have an analog alarm clock.
Yeah, it's the best.
I've been thinking about getting one again just to go back to that.
Yeah, you got to keep your feng shui in your room. The room is a sanctuary. I go airplane mode when I go into the movies. I go airplane mode during therapy.
I put D&D.
Yeah, there's certain times I go airplane mode just to not be reachable.
Mm-hmm. What's the separation of like why is airplane mode when you have D&D available? Why airplane mode?
So nobody can get through.
Oh,
period.
I see.
Because D&D, it's like if someone's calling like twice and, a minute or something, it'll go through.
Or if they're like a favorite contact, they can get through.
Depending. I have my D&D mode I have a mode where literally nobody can get through. And then I have a mode that's like D&D, but, family or whatever, close friend, like a few people. I think the max amount of people I have, because, you have the various settings, is like maybe 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's the difference. I just like completely turning it off.
Right.
And then, yeah, for some situations, I'll just go airplane mode. Sometimes I turn on airplane mode before the plane door is even closed. I'm like, hey, I just board it. And then it's like my phone is off.
We're taking off and you're still in the terminal.
As soon as I get past TSA, I'm like, and I'm done.
In airplane mode, you got to turn it off.
I think that's just for me. And that is newer, I think. I don't know. I think I was slowly getting there and then I I think COVID made me more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
that's fair.
And I keep my texts zeroed out. I keep all my notifications for the most part. Like right now I have way more I need to go through and delete emails because I've been ordering stuff. So I have a lot more emails than I usually do. So I'm going to probably fix that tonight. I have like 98.
Oh, no, I'm a monster.
But I usually zero out. I don't like to see any.
Oh, no, I think right now I'm currently looking at, so text messages. I have 228 unread text messages.
No. See, that would make me anxious about answering my phone. That's every single person I know who is anxious about texting and not texting immediately has an insane amount of notifications. And I'm like, you know what I never feel bad about? Every single person.
I have 12 unread DMs, 61 missed calls, and for emails, I have almost 14,000 unread emails.
14 comma?
14 comma.
No. I feel chills down my spine, bro.
There's literally, I don't think there's a single page on my home screen that doesn't have a red circle.
Fuck that. Fuck that 100%.
Oh, no, I have one. I have one page, but that's like out of 7 on my. Also, I have like so many apps on my phone.
You have 7 pages?
Yeah.
3.
That's crazy.
And they're highly organized.
It's
like, here's the apps I use. Everything else is in like folders. The middle section.
Is it all the same color too? Are you one of those?
Yeah. It's black.
It's too much work. It's too much work.
It's not, because I don't have anxiety. Turns out it works.
Hey, I have anxiety, just not about my phone.
It seems like you do. You have to be on your phone. You have every fucking red circle on there.
That's unrelated.
That's how they get you, dude. This is why the rich are getting fucking richer.
Man who lives like crack addict, surprised he has crack addict symptoms.
Yeah, truly. But I also think, because I've gotten into this conversation with someone before where they're like, oh, I feel bad I don't like text you back quickly. And I'm like, text is a non-urgent form of communication.
Yeah.
Like if I'm I'm not gonna be like, hey, what up? I'm dying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if
it's like, hey, like at least give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, like I will call if I have to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
But if I'm texting you, there is no statute of limitations. People don't believe me when I say, I'm like, I don't care if you text me back like 4 days later.
Right.
Or whatever. And then if you like never text me back, fine. Then that means we're not, whatever. But yeah, I'm like, if I'm texting you, I don't feel it's not urgent.
Mm. And it's also, I think the only times to me where I'm like, oh, I won't like get back to me right now is just if I'm like drunk or high.
Yeah.
And we're talking about something funny.
Right. When you hit the vibe on text, when you're both available and texting, it's so fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's great. But I don't want that all the time.
But I want that all the time. And nor is that the expectation.
Right. Because sometimes when people text you back right away, it throws you off. You're like, I wasn't expecting you to get back to me so soon because I have shit that now I look like an asshole because you're responding to me instantaneously and I'm the one who's delayed.
I don't care about that.
I don't care about that.
I'm just saying I don't, because it's
Look
not
at me. I'm Quincy, and I'm such an advanced human being.
I'm not advanced. We're just different. There's no right or wrong here.
No, I know.
Don't do that. This is why I don't tell people about myself. This is why I have to be a man of mystery.
No. I take it back.
So many people are like, oh, and I'm like, this is more of a sign of you. This is a sign that you're uncomfortable.
No. Okay. For the record, I know we're joking with hee ha ha, and that your attitude is the way that it should be.
You think so? But you're fine. But do you actually feel that, or why do you feel some way that your attitude is wrong?
No, in the sense, the attitude of I am genuinely meaning this. I have.
We have to genuinely tell you, hey, I want you to know earnestly, as your best friend, I'm about to tell you something, and I want you to know that I actually mean this. This is where we're at in our relationship. That's so funny.
On such an insanely high level, I respect so much how you have this mindset, like that you've communicated about on this episode really well. So people who don't know you as well can very much get the impression of like when you say that you don't care about what other people think, like in this like healthy sense of like you have strong foundation in yourself and like how you feel. And it's not that it's like coming from this conceited place of like, oh, I don't care, but it's coming from this grounded place of like, I am not going to let other people's opinions and thoughts and stuff affect my space and my energy and my peace right now.
I thank you for that. But you also saw me go through hell and back to get here.
It wasn't overnight, but
it was not.
But that's why I say
the sun is still coming up. I'm gonna say that we're getting close to the morning, but
it's darkest before dawn, and let me tell you, it's pretty dark outside.
It's gotten a little dark. It's been touch and go for sure. I appreciate you saying that. I really do.
So that's what I mean by your mindset is right, because as like myself, I aspire. Because like my therapist violently pointed out to me that I care too much about how I'm perceived. Like she pointed out to me, she's like, you feel, she was like, I've noticed that you voice a lot about like caring about how you're like being perceived as a good boyfriend and as a good friend and as a good person and this and that. And like, she was like, have you noticed that you care maybe a little too much about how you're perceived? And I almost told her to go fuck herself.
That's why I'm only coming to you once a month, bitch.
I have the money. I just refuse to get disrespected.
Yeah, exactly.
But so as someone who struggles with that, I have a lot of admiration for how you're like on the opposite end.
Well, I spent a lot of time in life really caring a lot about what others thought of me. And the anguish was honestly just too much for me to carry or handle. I also think I spent so much of my life masking and like the dam broke, you know, but I can't, I mean, the way, cause my mind can go so many places. I think I was like, oh, only I can like regulate myself, you know? And so it took a lot.
Which is a healthy takeaway to reach.
It is a healthy takeaway to read. That's where my therapist was like, what more do you want to do? And I was like, I want to feel nothing. I'm searching for like, not even nirvana, just like maybe death.
Feelings are merely a hindrance on the path of my glory.
I don't even know if but I think that did cause me a lot. And I mean, especially, you've seen me go through romantic relationships specifically, where I think that both people pleasing and how it's perceived and getting my value from that external thing really impacted me. And so I think there were, everything ebbs and flows, and also it just took a lot of chipping away at that.
Right.
And yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's always in like, I hope you recognize that even though it took a long time and a long path to get to this point, that doesn't negate that you've reached it. Yeah. And you've reached something that people spend their whole lives not reaching. And whether they are trying to or not. So I think it's like, I get why you bring that up.
Right.
But I hope, and I'm assuming this is not what you mean by it, but just in case, I hope it's not in an effort to downplay the success of what you achieved, just because there was a long path to get there.
Oh, thanks.
If that makes sense.
I think sometimes, it depends on the context. Sometimes I do feel like I do it to downplay because I can feel the judgment coming on or like the assumption, because that does still get to me. I think that's where I have needed to spend more alone time, because I do the misunderstood part. I still struggle with sometimes where I'm just like, no, because I think also I'm happy to be at this point now, but I think a lot of people, or I have seen and have been in conversations where it comes up and there's the assumption that everything was just like all Gucci and that's how I got here.
Right.
But I also am trying to find that line, because I'm like, oh, I guess I don't owe anyone the story of how I got here, or I don't owe anyone the downplay to make them feel more comfortable. So I'm trying to be better at that aspect still. Right. But I do think sometimes I say it to downplay, because I don't, I'm not even to downplay, but I think I say it too for people to feel less alone because I don't want anybody to think because it's not easy and everybody's on their own timeline and it's really hard to accept. And I know when I was like, it still am when I meet someone who's like, oh, you're in this like mental space that's, you know, it's easy to get defensive or to feel like, oh, because they're there, are they judging me because I'm still here?
Right.
But I'm also trying to learn too that a lot of people have different ways of saying the same thing or having that view or like, hey, this is how I feel about this or whatever.
Right.
But I think it's important to also just be able to have that discourse with people. And also be around people who you can be like, oh, I do feel defensive now. And, you know, like, and get into it, I guess. But, yeah. Because it's hard. I have definitely people in my life where I'm like, oh, I wish I just like had that, you know, like, I guess, yeah. On my trip to Austin, when I was around those friends in particular, I love being around those friends. And there were still moments where I was like, oh yeah, there's like, it's hard because we live in such a competitive, individualistic society where you're like, oh, you know, I don't know. And then it's like
people's success can't just be their success. It immediately becomes a competition.
Yeah.
Whether they intend for it to be that way or not.
Yeah. Or even just, I think it's hard being on different paths. Like I do have a lot of friends who work in the corporate world, right? And so it's like they have this thing and all of this is going a certain way. And I think I'm trying to be better at like, okay, well, we're comparing like apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or we're comparing something that like can't actually, there's like some mindset overlaps.
Right.
Right? But it's like, that will look different in what you're doing.
Yeah.
To both have a growth mindset, it looks different in these two different contexts. Right?
Yeah.
Or something. But yeah, I mean, it's all relative. That's what's tough.
Yeah.
You know, but because I know to bring up my friend Celeste again, we've been close for a very long time. We have a similar mindset, but then there's some ways that I think we'll like get into it together because it's like we have these differences and like there's also like complimenting each other, right? Or like there's this side of the coin, that side of the coin.
Right.
I feel like you and I compliment each other, right? You know, but it's like, okay, like maybe I should be more like cautious or hey, that actually would have been a good time to think about what someone else is thinking about me. You know what I mean? Or what, because it's like you could also learn from that. That's why you surround yourself with different types of people too. So I don't know. I think around the like, because now I don't drink, but around the non-drinking, when people like hear you don't drink, there's like, they're either like, oh, but I'm like, I'm really not judging you if you drink or if you even enjoy that and like have no desire to get out of that or do whatever you want, you know? So.
It was very, I mean, with the non-drinking thing, it's something where I've had so many friends go sober for a plethora of reasons.
Right.
And because of that helped me unlearn. Well, actually, it helped me notice how alcohol-focused society is.
Yeah.
And how so many activities are surrounding alcohol. And then on top of that, it also made me realize when someone said, oh, I don't drink, there was the immediate assumption of, oh, they had a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going clean. When there's a huge wide list of reasons why people don't drink in general.
Right.
I mean, it's literal poison. And like the amount of people I know who, yes, there's people I know who stopped because they had a problem. Yes, there are those people.
There's people I know who should stop because they have a problem.
Yeah,
no, just kidding. But there are some.
But there's also people who, for health reasons, they stopped.
Right.
For medical reasons, they stopped. And for some people, they're just like, I just don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
I don't like who I am when I drink.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that like something bad would happen, but they just don't like what they are.
Yeah. Financial reasons.
Financial reasons, it's much cheaper to not drink. So
unless you're getting mocktails, which is like, why the fuck am I paying $17 for sugar? But never mind.
Which is don't get me wrong, I like a mocktail, but I've now reached the point where I'm like, I'm paying $20 for a drink that I'm not really liking.
Mocktails piss me the fuck off. I had a little mocktail.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. I'm like, if there is no alcohol in here, this should be $6.
Yes.
Max.
Yes. It's crazy how much they charge for a mocktail.
It's like, yeah. Or like, on occasion, I'll drink a non-alcoholic beer, but sometimes I'm like, why am I getting like bloated for nothing?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Now that I'm a sparkling water girly, that's become my new go-to.
Oh, like a White Claw or something?
Like a sparkling water, like a LaCroix or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that's
when you're not drinking.
Yeah, when I'm not drinking. That's because it's like soda, which I love soda.
I fucking love soda.
And especially the Trader Joe's sparkling water lime tastes just like Sprite. Or not just like, but it tastes pretty similar to Sprite.
Is it sugar free? Do they add a fake sugar?
According to packaging, no.
I hate Trader Joe's, but I'll consider.
I'm
so anti Trader Joe's, but
is it because of the whole union busting thing?
No, well, yes. Sorry, that is also bad. Because Trader Joe's
it's not a fun shopping experience.
I'm gonna save this because I do have thoughts on Trader Joe's that I'm trying to put on YouTube soon. But yeah, the union busting is bad. I'll say that. But unfortunately, that's not the top of my list. Mom, it should be, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I do think the non-drinking thing, I used to jump to that too, but I think as we get older, I've also just been hearing, I don't know if you've been seeing this going around online a lot, where apparently a lot of millennials are getting like ass cancer or like rectal cancer.
Yeah, there's just in general, I feel like diagnosis of cancer is increasing.
Yeah.
So it's actually something where on the real I've been meaning to go get checked. Because I have hemorrhoids. But I want to make sure that they're hemorrhoids.
Okay.
Because there was a period of time where it like kind of like it like hurt to like wipe.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those where I know there's been a number, like I forget what it was, but there was like a month where it was like 2 different people who I know who are completely like, basically 2 people I know who are completely unrelated to each other. Both of them knew people who both got diagnosed with cancer around the same time.
Wow.
And then on top of that, there's like someone recently in the LA comedy scene passed away of cancer. I met a comic recently who she just recently got diagnosed with breast cancer. And then where I feel it's like almost where it's like going around like a flu, where it's like I've been meaning to go get checked just because it's like it's been a good reminder of like, yeah, you really don't know what's going on.
You really don't know. A friend of mine, her friend just had to get a hemorrhoid surgically removed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was really bad. She said she's had a hemorrhoid that she just like had for however long. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm not going to do anything about it. She's even a doctor. And she was like, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, I mean, I think it's the combination. I think it's the phones. No, that's me being I'm being so California right now. I'm being like California hippie, stay away from. But I think it's I mean, the stress of the modern day is insane. And I think that things increased after the pandemic in a way that our bodies, minds, hearts, souls, all that shit was not prepared for.
Yeah.
So, and they've been just shoving, I mean, yeah, it's crazy out here. So I would get checked for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to get checked. And you know, if you're listening to this, you should also get checked if you have the ability. Obviously, medical care is fucking expensive if you don't have insurance. Yeah. But if you do have insurance,
but at least we'll have a ballroom. So, take heart in that. We'll have a ballroom and more fake assassination attempts. So we didn't even get to isn't that crazy how much is happening? I didn't even see the assassination stuff. I heard about it before I saw it. I heard someone do a joke about it before I'd even
I honestly, it says a lot about the state of the world that we live in, where this weekend I was more caught up with the Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion shit.
I did want to talk about that. We are been going for a bit.
Yeah, we're over time, so we'll talk about the Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion another time. But
I'll just say this. I'll just say this, but
I had this in the pocket ready to talk about. If
me too. Oh my gosh,
we got swept away.
Okay, maybe we should come back. We should do a little. Maybe we got to do it. I have to talk about this.
Yeah,
and Klay.
What I will say is this: Klay Thompson. If I ever see you, it's on site for two reasons. One, you cheated on Meg the fucking Stallion. And two, when I found out before my girlfriend found out.
I found out early too.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell my girl, and we're gonna like kiki over like, yo, men suck. Like, can you believe this? Klay Thompson, like, what does he think he is? That was a mistake, because now I'm in trouble, because Klay Thompson has fucked up, and somehow now my girl's looking at me sideways. Like, I've been skipping out. And I was like, I've been home with you this whole weekend. I've been playing SimCity. Like, I'm not doing anything. And then now, because of Klay, because of you, you fucked up my spot.
I saw so many posts from men that were like, pack it up, boys. Like, they don't want shit to do with us now this summer. Like, hot girl summer is going straight to hell. Like, we're not.
Literally, Klay, we got to fight now, because you made my life worse. And I didn't do anything. But I understand the animosity, because it's like, yeah, you know what? Men suck. Yeah, I understand. How could he?
Apparently he's cheated on all of his girlfriends.
I saw that today.
Yeah. I think my favorite thread that went around was like, but I can now finally say this. He looks like the PBS logo.
Yes.
And PBS was like, why are you bringing me into this? I was like, damn. I was like, we're so...
PBS was straight up like, why am I being brought in?
But truly, I will just say, like, that's the thing. Cheating is about the thrill. It's about other shit. It is not about who you're with. Cheaters cheat because they cheat.
Yep.
Boom.
1000%.
Like, point blank, period. I found out really early. I think I found out I was surprised how early I had to find out, and then it like blew up on Thread.
And to everyone who's like, you were dating a ball player, what did you expect? We can't act like it seemed different this time around. The way that they were with each other online, and like,
didn't he like a week ago? He's like, I would rather retire than
literally
like that. Seeing the family. Also, it's like LeBron's not out here cheating. Mm-hmm. He's not out here cheating, and this man's been playing basketball for 200 years.
Right.
So, also, if you're gonna be a rapper and a ball player, and you both don't want monogamy, that's something you can obviously talk about at that level.
You can obviously reach that point, but it's like that's the crazy thing to me. Is like, you have, I mean, okay, cheating is wrong no matter who it is, but it's like, you have Meg Thee Stallion waiting for you at home.
That's where it's not about looks. She is just a person, but I do think that I hate the justification of it, like, oh, you have Beyonce, you whatever.
Yeah, right.
So one guy's like, who's like, oh, Meg is just a woman. I don't know. It's like, so you're supposed to just cheat on women?
Right.
Also, it's like, Meg has been through so much.
Yeah, she's been through so much. She got shot by Tory Lanez.
She has no family.
Has no family. And then also, it's like, to go back to, it doesn't matter the person, because it's like, for example, my girlfriend, I always tell her, I'm like, do you realize how happy I am that, like, I don't have to be out in the streets because I have you. Like, I'm happy to have you for a long list of reasons.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's why to me, it's like, I can't comprehend cheating, because I'm just like, I've always been like, why should I sacrifice everything that we have just for like a one night stand that the sex is probably going to be decent at best because we don't know each other.
I do understand cheating. I'm just gonna be honest. I do. I think there's novelty, but I'm not a monogamous person.
Right.
So I do understand, like, sex is, but that's a totally different thing. Where it's like sex is different than who have decided to like emotionally invest and commit to. And also, if you are emotionally invested and committed to someone, and you're like, well, I sometimes just want to like dip my wick wherever else.
Right.
If someone, because if I'm with someone, it's like, okay, if he's like traveling. And like if Isaac's traveling and he were to meet someone when he's traveling and wanted to sleep with her, I'd be like, go for it.
Right.
I'd be like, it's whatever. Just, like, I can't wait to talk about it whenever you get back. But then that's like that's where it's like, you're only then specifically cheating because you like the thrill of either being caught.
Yeah.
There's like, it's like,
or
you're into the
hiding
risk.
something.
The thrill of hiding something. You're in the sexual chemistry or whatever it is, the like thing that's firing up is that risk.
Right.
It's not actually like, I'm just like interested in having sex with different people.
And I do believe it's a real thing because of our society, how we treat men and what we instill in men. I do believe it's a real thing that once a man has someone treating them like they're the world, that not all
You're about to say not all men.
But I do think there's a lot of men who, if they haven't worked on themselves, there is that voice in their head that's like, oh, you know what? I deserve more.
Or it's like, I feel like, let's see what else I can do.
Yes.
I also think there's men who, I should say this. I know there's men who cheat, who it's like, you're actively unhappy in your relationship.
Right.
At that point, you're fucked. You're all fucked. Like, your partner, and this is also fucked. You're not helping this. Like, just break up.
The people who cheat, who they don't want to have to be the person to break the person's heart, so they rather just cheat and have them break up with them.
Yeah, and that speaks to men not taking the initiative.
Exactly.
And that, like, fucking... we're at time. Okay. But I will say this. We'll come back. We got more to say about Clay and Megan. I have more to say about that. I guess I don't understand cheating. I said I understand cheating, and I completely gave an answer that was like... I don't understand cheating. Anyways, Chris, if people, I guess we don't have to do the refuse to be down bad about. This is a different episode.
We can just skip that.
Yeah, we can skip that. Look,
because my answer was going to be, I'm going to refuse to not be down bad about Clay Thompson and Meg the Stallion.
I'm not even putting his name first. It's Megan the Stallion and Clay. I don't even know his last name.
I was going alphabetically, but you're right. I should go Meg first.
Meg first. I mean, anyway, you were a better basketball player in your prime.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
this was social 9/11.
Yeah, I would say so.
The way this dropped and the effect it had on people, this was a social 9/11.
We cannot take any more right now as a society, and it's too much.
All I know is this next album is going to be incredible.
I said the same. I was like, she's off the old label. I was like, I will be.
This is going to be.
But take your time, girl, and do what you gotta
take your
do.
time, girl.
Yeah.
No one's rushing you. You got all the time in the world. You're
People
a
are
queen.
still waiting for Rihanna, and we all know that bitch ain't dropping. So just do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do.
Heal. And I think it's time to lean into your bisexuality and find you a nice wife.
Yeah. Quincy, if people like the things you say and the way you say it, where can they follow you online?
Quincy.Yeoman on all platforms, and I'll see it when I'm online.
Y'all can follow me at Chris Mejia Comedy on Instagram and TikTok, at Topher Mejia on Twitter and Twitch. And also follow the show page at The Down Bad Show on Instagram and TikTok. And also write into the show. Let us know how you've been down bad. Let us know what you're thinking about the Meg Thee Stallion, Clay Thompson stuff. But thank y'all so much for listening to another episode of Down Bad. Till next time, stay curious.
Stay up.